Hello everybody and welcome to an episode of NASCAR Heat 5 2023 mod career mode, where you are looking here at a penalty update where after our incident last race at Michigan, we have been penalized 30 points and fined $30,000 and docked 5 playoff points for our aggressive driving at Michigan when we drove into Denny Hamlin and then got into Corey Heim and caused that crash late in the race. We retained all playoff eligibility except for, of course, those 5 playoff points that we lost. And we still have a comfortable regular season championship lead. So now we are in today's first race of 2 in this doubleheader episode, the NASCAR Xfinity Series Canadian Tire 250 here from Canada, where it is Anthony Alfredo, Ryan Sieg, and Tanner Gray all starting at the rear of the field with inspection and body issues. And we are bringing out a special paint scheme, a custom paint scheme the number 28 URI Rams Ford, as we get ready to get underway here at Canada. As we are green and underway here from Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, as we try to get our second Xfinity win of the season and go back-to-back here in Canada, already working by Austin Green and Taylor Gray early in this race to get into the 5th position, now chasing down the Burtons of Harrison and Jeb, who had great qualifying efforts in the top 5. Corey Heim is driven through the second. SVG is off driveway with the lead. Big contact with 27 to Jeb Burton. He manages to save it. We continue on, get to the inside of Harrison Burton. Into third we go, now chasing down Heim and Van Gisbergen, as we set our sights forwards on chasing them down, trying to get to this race lead. Now later that lap through the final 2 quarters, get to the inside of the 24 of Corey Heim, get aggressive, and we're going to get a little bit of contact there through that corner. Heim going to get the position back temporarily, but we are still right here in a great spot to make a move. We're going to be able to cross him over on entry to turn 1 here with 3 to go now in this opening stage. Shane Van Gisbergen already the 2-second advantage, and now we finally get our way into second and try to chase down SVG for this stage win. Speed up there. I'm just trying to hang on a second to Taylor Gray. Big slide. Contact the 20 of Gray, who's going to slide, and around goes Taylor Gray. He goes spinning behind us. No caution. We stay green. He manages to recover in 5th. Now we're going to come through to end stage number 1 here. If we can hang on to second and not choke it away to Corey Heim in the final corner, we will hold second by chopping the nose off Corey Heim there. And Shane Van Gisbergen dominates and wins stage 1 here at Canada. We come home in second. Corey Heim third. Sawalich and Taylor Gray are not the top 5, followed by Austin Green, AJ Allmendinger, Sammy Smith, Corey Day, and Ryan Truex, the top 10. So SVG dominates from the pole, gets a stage 1 win. We are hopefully going to be chasing him down here to begin stage 2 as we finish stage 1 rather, in position number 2. So SVG, your stage 1 winner. And now on to stage number 2, we restart here on the outside of SVG on the front rows here. Green and back underway here for another 4-lap short stage here. This time stage number 2, we're going to clear Shane Van Gisbergen on the outside lane in the 9 to get to the front. He fights back to our inside. Can we hold him off? For now, he's pushing it hard, trying to make it happen, and we do chop the nose off. We clear SVG for the lead, and through goes Taylor Gray in the 20. To the lead goes the driver of the Yahoo Toyota, and Gray looking to take the lead away here, but we are fighting back on the inside lane. A great battle between myself, Taylor Gray, Shane Van Gisbergen, all very good road racers. And now we clear Gray and SVG and start to drive away, but the next lap, Taylor Gray gets to our inside through turn 2, moves us just slightly out of our groove there to get to the inside, so we make a little bit of contact, just nothing too crazy, just a little bit of a, Rubbins race in there, and we get back into the race lead by Taylor Gray. And I feel upstairs trying to drive away, pick up the stage win here, which is what we are going to do. Is the caution's going to come out and prematurely ending the stage because Shane Van Gisbergen blows a tire and spins behind us. Big issues for SVG. He still gets third, as myself, Gray, SVG, Heim, and Sawalich once again the top 5, just in a different order, followed by Austin Green, Sammy Smith, Austin Dillon, Allmendinger, and Truex the top 10. So myself and SVG split the stage wins, 1 apiece here now in this final stage. 7 laps to go here in Canada. 1 pit stop definitely has to be made before the end of this race. We have another good restart battling with Taylor Gray, of course, a great road racer in that number 20 machine. Been runner up multiple times. 2025. Now later in the run, we got that 13. Corey Heim blows a tire, spins it to the inside wall, comes back on the track, hits Harrison Burton, and then spins himself again into almost the exact same spot on the wall. No caution. We stay green, so we did hold off Taylor Gray. Now the caution comes out with 5 laps to go. So everyone in pits has enough to go the distance for a 2-lap regulation green-white checkered finish to this one here in Canada. Can we fight the 20? Here comes Taylor Gray back through to the race lead with a tremendous turn one. I didn't hit my braking zone right, so Gray was able to get the lead back. So now I'm pushing as hard as I can go to try to close back in on this 20. He's already put 4/10 on us, and then we were able to drive it in just incredibly deep in the corner. A little bit of Connie send the 20 wide off into the grass. Goes Taylor Gray into the barrier, hard impact, and Taylor Gray is done. Just a hard racing for the lead. We shove him off course. He loses traction in the grass and a head-on hit to the tire barrier. A bad impact for Gray. He is out of contention of this race. Now, white flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here in Canada. We are trying to hang on to survive and bring home the victory here. And obviously not so great equipment. The second Ryan C. car trying to hold off Sammy Smith. Williams Sawallich behind us. We completely missed the corner. Go wide there. So here comes the 8 of Sammy Smith back in front into the final 2 corners. We drive it in, send him wide. Sammy saves it, almost crashes. Here's another look at what just happened. We just drove it in there. Drove into the 8, kind of basically just drove through him, and out through the final corner. We are barely going to hold off Williams Sawallich to win in Canada. And now we are 2 for 3 so far in our Xfinity Series starts this season, getting the job done here in Canada in controversial, to say the least, fashion on that final lap as we burn it down here in the front straightaway. Of course, we got into Taylor Gray there on the restart of 2 to go, just, driving it in, trying to get the victory, and we just, drove it in just a little too deep, for my liking. I wanted to kind of get to his inside, just make a little bit of contact, not as much as I did. Ended up shoving him wide off track, costing him his race. So my apologies to the 20 team and Taylor Gray. I didn't mean to go that far with it. And of course, Sammy Smith there, that was just desperation from us going to the final 2 corners. We just sent it in and basically drove through the 8. But it's not like he hasn't done that to people at Martinsville before. So I think that kind of gives us a pass to do it as we celebrate in victory lane with the crew for the second time this Xfinity Series campaign. And now we have the final race results here from, of course, this dramatic finish at Canada on the Xfinity Series. We pick up the win. Another great effort from William Sawallich, our new points leader, in second. Sammy Smith, Austin Dillon, SVG recovers to get a 5th place finish. Ryan Truex, Corey Day, Raja Caruth, Lane Riggs, and AJ Allmendinger round out our top 10. Shout out a top 15 effort from Thomas Annunziata on that 45 team for Alpha Prime Racing. Then you see there through the rest of the grid, of course, Taylor Gray ends up finishing in 33rd after his issues. Austin Green DNF'd with a tire issue, as did Corey Heim, and then Mason Massey as well. So a couple of big names who were running really well all day at the back of the grid due to a multitude of issues. And we end up picking up the win in the Xfinity Series here at Canada. And I look at the Xfinity Series playoff grid. 9 races to go in their regular season. It remains Sawallich, Caruth, Riggs, Majeski, Hemrick, and now Sammy Smith back into the top 10 in points. So that leaves 4 spots of drivers who have not won in the top 10 in points, being Truex, Alfredo, Corey Day, all very comfortable. And then Caden Honeycutt just 2 points above Brandon Jones, as Nick Sanchez and now Mason Massey is back in a wild card position to make the playoffs. Brandon Jones, Taylor Gray, Ryan Sieg, and Harrison Burton right there on the outside looking in. Don't count out Austin Dillon or Garrett Smithley still in the conversation. And then pretty much must win for Tanner Gray, Parker Retzloff through the rest of the field. In the background, we've been practicing and qualifying for today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series Canadian Tire 350 from Canada. Of course, a doubleheader. We took care of business in Xfinity, trying to do the same in Cup. Seems Noah Gragson has a fast front row Motorsports Ford. And Tyler Reddick and William Byron, 2 heavy favorites, starting at the rear of the field due to issues. Of course, Reddick crashing in qualifying, Byron having to change the rear gear. And we are bringing back the Detroit Lions paint scheme once again. As of course, Canada, just north of Michigan here, Canadian Tire, not too far from where the Lions play football. So we're trying to get at least just get a win in this paint scheme before we retire it for the season. This career modes down the restart. We started 5th and are already working to the inside of Shane Van Gisbergen for a second. How about Chris Buescher in the 17, driving his way into the race lead? Of course, as Buescher is trying to get his 2nd win in a row and 3rd on the season. He pulled off the big-time win at Michigan last time out. Now here he is leading once again as I'm trying to chase him down here on this opening lap of racing. So we had such a great start to the race, jumping up from 5th to 2nd in no time. Now setting our sights, of course, on Buescher for the race lead. And hopefully the stage win. And now he makes a mistake right there. We get a great entry to the double right-hander here. We get right to the inside of Buescher. A little bit of contact. Nothing too crazy. Just moves him up out of the way. And we go right back to the race lead. like clockwork, right to the front we go here in Canada, doing what we do best, leading the race in a big slide next to the final corner. Big mistake costing us the lead. Coming to 3 to go on the stage, Busher ends up leading that opening lap of racing because of that big mistake we made. Now, same section we caught him last time. We get right back to the inside of Chris Busher. A little bit of door contact there, a little bit, just trading paint. Now right by Busher we go, and we are right back into the race lead here in Canada. Now the next lap, going through this same double right-hander section, trying to secure the stage victory. We drive away from Busher. The caution is going to come out ending the stage prematurely, because the 35 of Riley Herbst, making his season debut in a 4th 2311 car, has the engine expire, and that will bring out the yellow. So we win stage 1 over Chris Busher, Chase Elliott, Noah Gregson, and Christopher Bell, the top 5. And then Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Shane Van Gisbergen somehow dropped to 8th. And then Suarez and McDowell round out the top 10. So I believe that was our 12th stage win this season. Now on to stage number 2. Going to be a 6-lap stage, and we're going to clear Chris Busher here through turn 1 and 2 and set our sights on driving away here in Canada, which is exactly what we're going to do. And then we once again make the mistake on that final corner, sliding too much, slam the wall, and once again give the lead back to the 17th. So we're going to once again drive back by Chris Busher. So the ensuing lap in the final corner, we're able to get to the inside of 17, give him a little bit of contact, stay right on his bumper now, putting us in a great position to make a move here with 4 to go in stage number 2. So we slide to the inside of Busher here, just make it work, and we keep it off of him. Some very clean racing there. Just a little bit of contact with that right front fender, and we are right back into the race lead here in Canada, driving away to hopefully a stage 2 victory. That's exactly what's going to happen. The caution is going to come out because the 20 of Seabell is going to blow a tire and spin out, ending stage 2 prematurely as Bell spins out. And so we pick up the stage win in the stage sweep today. And Chris Busher, Elliott once again 2nd and 3rd, Bell and Suarez the top 5, then Gregson, Larson, Van Gisbergen, Logano, and McDowell the top 10. So we are now up to 13 stage wins this season, by far the most of anybody. Now we get back underway, this 3rd and final stage of racing, 13 to go. We pitted, dropped to 3rd, but we're able to quickly make up that ground right away into turn 1, right to the inside of Elliott and Busher. And right back to the point we go in complete control, dominating this race today here in Canada. Now trying to block both Chris Busher. And here comes the 7 of Daniel Suarez for Spire Motorsports, trying to get the lead in his first win in this whole career mode, 5 seasons in. And now we are going to clear Suarez and retain the race lead in that intense battle, but he and Bush are right there behind us. And now through the final corner, we get to slide again and into the wall. Once again we go, making a big mistake on exit of that final turn. That is just such a tricky turn with the way the physics are. Larson's gone. The 5 just completely wipes out on his own. And no caution for Larson, losing all of his track position by spinning out and crashing. Now we get back to the inside of Chris Busher here in turn 3. Get back to 2nd, and now we're chasing down Daniel Suarez once again as he tries to get that number 7 car of Spire Motorsports, his first win in that number's history with this team. And now we give him a little shot into the double right-hander. He goes wide. We get to the inside, and right back to the race lead we go, going by Daniel Suarez here in the double right-hander to the long back straightaway. Now into the final couple corners here. Can we maintain this lead over Suarez and Busher, who swings to the inside for a second? Caution out on the speedway with 11 laps to go for the 00 of Cole Custer. Smoke trailing out the back of that car, and so now you'll have a restart with 8 laps to go. We restart alongside Suarez, easily clear him in turn 1, right back to the lead and control of this race we go. Right now, so far, so good all day long is what it's been for us here, making our way through. And the double right, the caution comes out with 5 to go at a terrible time because Connor Zilich blows a tire in the 99. So half the field had pitted. I was part of the half that didn't, so we restart 19th. All the 18 guys in front of us have already pitted, so they have enough fuel to go to the end. That's why we had to drop back to 19th on that restart. Already up to 14th, getting 5 spots in turn 1. Now to the inside of Tyler Reddick and Carson Quaffle, trying to work our way back up into the top 10 as we work on Kyle Larson and Austin Cindric. Right here, but at the front is Michael McDowell in the 71 leading. We swing to the inside, aggressive move through the carousel corner, going by Gregson and Briscoe. To 8th we go now. Chasing down Shane Van Gisbergen and Joey Logano ahead of us, trying to get back as I do not want to lose this race. We've dominated, we've had the best car, but can we get by everybody? We got by SVG, got by Logano, 3 wide to the inside of the Hendrick duo of Byron and Elliott. Through to 4th we go, now right in the back bumper of Christopher Bell in the 20. We go to the inside of Bell and into 3rd place we go. Now chasing down the 7 of Daniel Suarez Suarez and his teammate Michael McDowell. Spire Motorsports in control with 2 laps to go here at Canada. Can we pull this win off as we get to the inside of Suarez? Now we send it in the corner and into second position we will go here. And now it is just Michael McDowell standing between us and victory lane. White flag in the air. Final lap is in my Credit One Bank here at Canada. Now going to the final 2 corners. McDowell still 1 second on us. I am pushing as hard as I can in this car, trying to hunt him down for this victory. So we are pushing full set. Now we completely cut this penultimate corner and then absolutely dive bomb it in, and we slam the 71 into the wall. Caution is out, race is over, and we absolutely steal the win back here in Canada in dubious fashion, completely taking out Michael McDowell by any means necessary to win the race. Oh my goodness, as we hear doing our burnout on the front stretch, the boos come raining down from the crowd. And that was definitely a decision that we made right there. Not something I'm too proud of the way we won that race, but I don't regret it because we're in victory lane and we win the race. But, you know, I do feel bad about it, and I send my regards to the 71. I did not want to win in that way, but we did what we had to do to go to victory lane and get this Lions car in victory lane, so that's what we did. We didn't give up. We showed grit there in that final 2 to go restart, drove our way back, and then, yeah, definitely a corner cut, and then completely cleaned out the 71 in the final corner as we celebrate in victory lane. So we'll see how NASCAR views this one as we head into next episode, of course, at Pocono. So we get the victory here, and we're going to look at your final race results now from Canada. McDowell still comes home in second place. We only cost him 5 points in a possible playoff position, which is what's really going to hurt him. And then Suarez, a season-best third-place finish. Seabell and Joey Logano run out the top 5, followed by Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, William Byron, Noah Gragson, and SVG, the top 10. You see the rest of the grid there. Austin Cindric, a great run in that Rick Ware car in P12. Will Brown, P17 in his second start of the year. Then the guys who struggled today, you know, Allgaier, Blaney, Priest did not have a good run. Then Josh Berry and Eric Jones both had DNFs with their separate issues during the day. But yeah, we win the controversial fashion by stuffing McDowell in the fence in that final lap. Fair or foul? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd say it's definitely foul for sure. And as we look at the updated Chase playoff grid standings here, 10 races to go in the regular season. The Killer Bees continue to dominate with myself, Byron, and Busher racking up 13 of the total 16 wins this season. If you add Briscoe, that's 14 to 16. And then you got on points Larson, Bell, Hamlin, Blaney looking very comfortable. Josh Berry, Chastain, their cushions have completely evaporated. Logano now just 1 point above Chase Elliott for the final spot in the top 10 in points. Briscoe and Reddick hold the 2 wild card spots. Priest with his victory is 49 points behind Tyler Reddick. And you see everyone else who's right there below that cut line. And so that is it here from Canada. And as we end this episode, as always, I'm going to give a shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brenda Breen, and Jeremy Isley. Really appreciate your guys' support. It means a ton to me. Helps this channel and I continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now pushing towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds. I'd really, really appreciate it. If you want to get a shout out at the end of the video right here, like these 3, become a paid channel member. Link is in the description down below. Until next episode, we'll be racing at the Tricky Triangle in Pocono. I hope you all have a good one.